Hey folks, we're just getting going here. Just gonna kind of wing this one and see see where we go. I'll sort of take you through my process from going in cold, warming up, and then when I get into some sort of groove, when I have an idea or inspiration, and then we'll sort of run with it and see what sort of melodies we come up with. Yeah. So Ooh, should have checked. Yeah, I think everybody can hear me. It looks like everything's being captured. Um, ooh, should have checked. Yeah, I think everybody can hear me. Uh, yeah, we're good. Good. So, kind of first thing I do is just blow some air into my horn and play a couple of notes and kind of start a little bit technical. Um, this is the boring stuff. So yeah, just a couple of notes on that. I'm gonna turn up my mic a little bit because yeah, there we go. I noticed in my last stream that I am often a little bit far from the mic. So important thing is just reviewing stuff. Me, I'm trying to get a little bit better at this live streaming thing, so it's just reflecting on those streams and seeing what had happened. So I often am not really far up on the mic when I'm playing my flugelhorn. Turn the fan down on this a little bit. So just to compensate for that, I think what I do is um, I end up uh, I end up um, instead I'm gonna turn the mic up a little bit more so that I'm naturally a little bit farther away. And yeah, just keep doing. I'll do that again. Now, if you noticed, I did a slur exercise, which is important for brass, but then I did a staccato tonguing, also really important. It's an exercise to sort of find slots. Um, and then, yeah, so then what I do is immediately play a melody after those. And I find a lot of people haven't really taught this method that I'm aware of, and I've studied a lot of different things, a lot of different people, but I like to bridge technical to vocal, like right away, like more expressive playing. And so I think one of the ways that I do that or that I've figured out how to do that in the last week, is literally just playing a melody that you have. And this one I have is Record a May. So it's just yeah, that sounds pretty good. And yeah, like I say, you want to do that staccato and slurred, and then play that again, and then we'll move on after that. So it's just gets me warm, gets me sort of feeling notes and things like that. So. Yeah, and so then what I like to do after that is connect it to music. So now we're sort of feeling technical on our notes, get slurs. I tend to jam the horn a little bit too hard, so I try to keep it a little bit softer. Then I just throw on a backing track right away and then try to feel myself slotting into the groove there. And it's good if you play this, if it's one that you play often. So for me, I've played Record a May a lot, and so it's nice to always just go back to something that used to playing. And yeah, I'm happy to talk more about how I've set this streaming up. It took me a little while to figure it out, but finding a USB interface that's capable of loopback is pretty crucial. Yeah, so I'll go playlist, backing tracks. We'll see if it's got good volume. Not that one. Record a May, Bossa Nova. Oh man, here we go. I always miss that note. That D to C sharp is it's a pretty. It's not too bad, but it still gets you tripped up. Nice. So I'll do that one again. I'll just kind of reflect a little bit. Some really good lines. I mean, yeah, it felt really good. I hit a couple of weird notes at some point, and it led me outside. And I was just like, well, we're out here now, so I'll stay there. And then I found my way back in, and that felt good too. So really, it's once I'm improving, it's just, it feels free and flowy. When I'm playing someone else's melody, sometimes it's hard to make it feel like my own. So I try, but yeah. I'd like to play, this time my constraint is going to be playing fewer notes. But I think generally that felt okay. That's the only thing I want to think about. And again, when we're doing another cycle here, we're going to go back and we're going to do another exercise. So we're going to do slur, staccato, keep in mind to keep light pressure, and then we're going to play that melody. But instead of just playing the melody, we're going to jump right into the song and try to maintain that sort of form, right? It's almost like if you play any sports or something like that, it's like working on your shooting form and then you scrimmage, or you're doing a coaching session on a play and you're trying to run a play, and then the coach stops and he's like, oh, this is off, blah blah blah. Well, it's trying to get a little bit of feedback instantaneously also gives my lips kind of a break, because it's a bit of a you don't want to be playing the whole time. It can kind of wear yourself out. So and it can really generate bad habits. So so we'll do the exercise and we'll hop into the thing. Yep. That one again. So, and it's always that note. Interesting. It's almost like I stress out and then I jam the horn in and then it has no chance of coming out. So I'm going to try to purposely not move the horn this time. It's almost like I'm going to pucker my lips and like push the horn out maybe to try that. Because that one note drives me nuts and I always miss it. And yeah. No, I did. I felt like that one was. That one felt good. Had a little bit of a fluff note there, but I'm not gonna worry too much about that. Yeah, and now, because I'm really nervous about singing, so I'm really gonna try to, what's the word? Be a bit vulnerable on that end. And as I start to get closer to the mic, gonna try to work on one of my favorite jazz songs. It's a bit sadder, but I love doing it anyway. I don't know why I like it so much, but anyway. Maybe I'll do this one. No, that one's gotta. We will do. Search it up. All right, we're going through this one a little bit. Can already feel my lips getting a bit tired, so I'll just be kind of mindful of that. We're gonna switch instruments here in a bit and build a groove, so that'll be a nice change. Same thing, be consistent. So I'm gonna do the exercise again before hopping into the standard. Probably maybe should have warmed up my vocals a little bit, but. Yeah, that's all right. Sounds pretty good to me. We will run that. Hopefully all the levels. I love this song. I went down to St. James Infirmary, saw my baby there. She was stretched out on a long white table. So good, so good, so fair. The St. James Infirmary, saw my baby there. She was stretched out on a long white table. So good, so good, so fair. enough of that for now. I think what I want to do is create a groove. Create something. I'll do a little bit of R&B first, because I love me some R&B. So we're gonna go R&B. Yeah, I'll just do this random one. So I'll sort of use this one to change instruments. A little bit of flute one first, and then we'll switch over to guitar. inspired, and that's how it goes. Yeah, so good, man. All right. Hopefully, I don't have. Oops, sorry. Hopefully, I don't have as much problem getting this bass going as I do. Are we gonna play the bass, or are we gonna play this old 7-string? Feels more R&B right now. I also kind of want to see how the distortion on the bass fares on these live streams. So, anyway, if this stream is really bad, I'll know, and that way next time I'll be able to correct it. Oh man. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah. Okay. Let's see what happens. Ooh, that's loud. distortion for now. I think that's it. So it's like it's kind of, and this is it, right? This is kind of the part that is fun, because now I got something in my head that I'm trying to figure out how to put it out there. That's it. No, what did I do? I think I like that. Like it's kind of like a. I'm not fully sold in that second part, but like the. So another thing I figured out is, I don't remember where I figured this out from. I actually borrowed it from poem writing, I think, turning poems into songs. It's if you got a line in your head, and you just start removing notes, and then you get a lot more rhythmic about it. So this one is like this second part is giving me. You just go like right instead of making it too complicated. Let me turn it down a little bit because I feel like I'm a bit too loud. Hot. I mean, like, I don't. So if you, then you can feel that, and you just don't play it. You feel that note, you don't play it. So. find the tempo. Dun, 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 dun. So what tempo is that? It's exciting. I don't think that's it. Definitely not 96. Is it 110 maybe? Maybe 105. Okay, so we'll do 105. And then I've been loving hip hop beats. So we're just going to go random hip hop beat. We don't want that. 105 hip hop drum beat. Drum loop. One guide is that if you're playing along to something and you find yourself kind of chuckle a little bit, you're like, oh, this is kind of neat. That's probably a good sign that you're on the right track. And so for me, tossing a drum beat into it, I quickly realized you don't need to fill all the space. So you're just like. I like that. Just on the bass part. Anyway, it's kind of neat. So I'll play along with this a little bit more, and then I'll, I don't know, maybe there's a second part to this we'll flush out, and then take it to the next step. Stretch it up a little bit. We'll see if it's too. Anyway, not quite sure about a part two. I wonder what it sounds like with distorted 7-string. Let's do it. All right. Here we go. We're gonna mess around a little bit. Not quite sure if this is in tune. I definitely need a pick for this one. Kind of happy. You can always modify it. Oop. Sorry. That was loud. My bad. This one. We've got to tune this. This is going to be loud. Anyway, we got that groove that I like. Turn it off. Yeah, you kind of see sort of like it's okay to spend time on. I wonder if I've got a different tuner. I think it has trouble with the. Well, we'll go with that. Sorry for that. Yeah, I think the tuner has trouble with it. Puts her down that low. Jesus. Note to self: tune all the guitars before I go live next time. Anyway, where the hell was I? So I was doing. I think it was on a D. something funky going on with the. Anyway, we'll give that a go. So now the hard part is. So now we're gonna throw in some chords. Of course, it would be better if the guitar is in tune. She does not. Learn how to tune your guitar, folks. It's important. God, that sounds so bad. That's gonna bug me. Hmm. What to do? What to do? Okay, I'm gonna mute my two mic channels, tune this thing up, and then we're gonna get back to it.
Check 1 2. Check 1 2. Check. All right. Here we go. I think that's right. Okay, so we're going to go back to the drum beat, try to find that beat again. Is that it sometimes makes me feel that I'm playing a bass, but I get more flexibility and nimbleness because it's a 7-string. So yeah, anyway, we'll groove out on this, and then I'll show you kind of what my next step in the process would be. And we find kind of a rhythm. sort of get the point with that is that just adding a bit of a reggae skank in there really helps to space things out. And then I love these sort of held seventh chords. Still a little off tune, but it's good for now. And then you go. This would be modal interchange. Modal interchange. So I know that stuff, but I can't seem to tune a guitar properly. Anyway, yeah. Now this groove is. So whatever I started with on some random R&B thing, the groove is sick. You know what I mean? Like, feels really good. So just a little bit longer of that. Well, no, I'll move on. So I'll show you kind of what I do with it now. What's the best way to do that? Let's do it from here. So I'll just play through the groove a little bit. And try to take that back to a point where I can play trumpet over top of it. It'll take a few minutes, but yeah, give me 2 shakes of a dog's tail. So I think just to recap, that group is. Something like that. So we'll try that. 2, 3, or something like that. So do this, blah blah blah. And we want that to be what, reggae metal? Do 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 do. Yes. All right. Do 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 do. The thing is, I originally wrote it at. We're gonna split it at 96. Let's see how it sounds. So then go to studio. And yeah, I'm excited. Let's see if we can make a flugelhorn work over top of this nonsense. Which I should be able to. We'll run out of thingies. All right. So we're into. Turn this up. That's the one. And we go extract. Oh, detected. Now, there was a really nice part in this that I liked. I want to mute everything. So, I'll keep it plain anyway. Insert all. Alright. Let's see how she sounds.
we built a group. Oh, last thing that I do, and this is probably a longer session than I would normally do, is that we go back to the basics, especially on the horn, because I was blowing really hard there. And we finish off with the technical, bringing everything. Like I feel the energy on that one. You know what I mean? Like that's what we do it for. That's the groove. That's the feel it. Yeah, really excited, man. My adrenaline is just pumped from that groove. Really good. So. We go back to sort of technical, and then throw down that recording my song again because I can't hit that bloody C sharp note. Might have to work on like those big jumps maybe, but anyway, or just not do them. Anyway, so the slurs. And this, by the way, is the non-glamorous work that you got to kind of put in to be comfortable on your instrument. And yeah, I mean, yeah, there you go. So. And then. Sweet. Sweet. All right. Thanks if you tuned in. Thanks for sticking around. Sorry about taking that 35 minutes, 37 and a half minutes to tune a bloody guitar. I am going to get one of the stomp pedals because that's important. Yeah, they're like $100, $150, but they're super important. So yeah, get a stomp pedal and away we go. Cheers.